A lot of misconceptions that people have about children in care is that they're bad kids and it's their fault that they're in care, especially in residential homes, because a lot of people think, well, if they were good, they'd go into foster care rather than coming here. But they don't take into consideration like the different aspects of family life that can cause them to come into care. You might have parents who have done something, so they can't be around kids, or parents have got health issues. It's not always something to do with the young person, and I think a lot of people don't give consideration to the fact that they are children, and regardless of their background, they are still children and they're still worthy of being loved and being cared for. And I think whenever we have someone moving in, we get the kind of basic information about them, but taking that time to get to know them and understand them and what they like to do and what makes them kind of tick and brings out the best in them, that's what makes this job so special, because it kind of breaks down all those thoughts that you might have as someone who's never worked in this job. You can understand more of the reasons why children are here. There are some children who are here because their family's just not in a position to be able to raise them safely. Parents might have lost their jobs and can't provide for them. It's not always negatives as like to do with their behaviours that results in them being here. A lot of people will think they'll go to foster care. If they were good kids, they'd go to foster care. Why would they end up in a children's home? But a lot of children don't want to be part of a family that isn't theirs. And when they're here with us, they're with other children who are just like them. They're not being forced to be put in a family that isn't theirs. They're with other people who, they all have different experiences, but they're kind of all in the same ship together. So I think that's the biggest misconception, is that they're here because they're bad kids, and they're not. They're just children who deserve everything that we can give to them.